Hello, everybody. Today is the 9th of June, 2011, and welcome to the Silver Log day number 26 within this very boring range, but normal market actions to say the least. The range is from about 33, 33 and a half, upwards to about 39 and a half, which is the one-third Fibonacci, exponential Fibonacci from the August of last year breakout within this high. So a significant Fibonacci mark as well as this flat 50-day moving average. That's enough for that chart. Now let's move on to the weekly chart. Now it was really interesting because I recently heard stellaconcepts mention that the silver chart is not bullish whatsoever. No. It's got a pattern of lower highs and lower lows. So let's take a look at these lower highs and lower lows. We got this one. These are the what I guess is lower highs and lower lows. I think they look like higher highs to me. Or well, lows. I'm now doing the highs. This high here was a matching high, neither higher or lower, but then this one was higher, and now this one is also higher. So it's got a pattern that's within an uptrend. Now this might not be the low. If it continues going down like this, then maybe it will make a lower low. But as of now, it's making that of a higher low at this significant Fibonacci line at 3142. And what I find very interesting is how I've seen nobody, not a single person, talk about this Fibonacci upside mathematical level, where you take the $4 low and the $8 high. The 161.8 is 1047. Then the 261, the 423, the 685%, and the 1109%. Thus, when we came up to the 50 level, it found resistance, where a lot of times you would expect it to be the case. It's never always resistance, and it was in this case, and now you're trying to find support back at previous resistance at 3142. It's came down to 32 and a third ish or so. Therefore, it's a hit, a small pierce above this line. As of now, this is a bullish scenario. And I have been talking about the manipulation during this entire run. After all, it's not because of silver in itself that I like the investment. It's what silver is priced in. That's fiat currencies, whether it be the United States, Canada, Germany, which is the euro, Australia, the Swiss franc, it doesn't matter. Every single currency in this world is fiat. People are waking up to how currencies created and how evil the system happens to be, that the inevitable collapse is pretty much coming. And what I was saying, I think it was on the 18th of April, 18th or 19th. I'll put a link down below, where I was mentioning that a roller coaster is pretty much coming. The roller coaster is here, and it's just beginning, to say the least. Gold, yes, that is the more safe investment, but there really isn't anything that's safe right now. After all, holding cash right now is not safe. Therefore, any type of treasury bonds, any type of stocks, in my personal opinion, is not safe. Now, as far as nobody calling what happened within this market, one, brother John F., I was really amazed when the market was rising past 38, 39, how he was mentioning it's going to just go up to 50 extremely fast without much for corrections and then crash back down, which was exactly what happened. And in January of this year, when silver was around $27 per ounce, I did a video called The Imagination Silver Log, September 23rd, 2011. And this was an imaginary chart that's seen the market go up to about 50 and then crash down and just trade in a boring range, which is getting kind of sick how it's fairly close. Now, I didn't think that the rise to 50 would happen as fast as it did, but it obviously happened faster because it was right in here where it managed to get to 50. Again, I didn't think it was going to sell off as hard as it did, but nobody knows exactly what's going to take place, and the message of the market will oftentimes throw curveballs along the way, and that's why I suggest to adjust towards the message of the market during all time frames. Now, when the actual collapse happened from 50 to 42, there really wasn't much time to adjust to the message of the market because of when it happened. It happened at shortly after 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Many people were enjoying their Sunday dinners and all this sort of other stuff, and no time at all for them to do much about it. That's the nature of this game. But anyway, I did manage to state that there was a good chance that it could do something like this, which pretty much is exactly what's happening. And I wanted to point out that when you're in situations like this, you can have a failed move after a failed move and so on, because this was a failed move going down here, which ultimately this transpired to be that of a failed move. The next image that I put up on that particular video was this in here, where you have this parabolic breakout. At some point, I would be expecting this to happen. And for all those people, I'm going to say this now on the 9th of June, because I know this is probably going to happen. People are going to be saying about this dollar collapsing and why it's happening so fast. No, it's not happening so fast. Yes, there might be times when we are in this type of mode where things will happen fast, but there has been a heck of a long time of this diddling and daddling, I don't even know if that's a word, but just doing a whole bunch of nothing for quite some time, which has pretty much been the case. The silver is still well below $50 per ounce. And the way this would have translated onto this chart in here was, well, what I figured was going to happen was that it was going to break this area, come back down to support at the 31, then come to the resistance, pull back at former resistance, and then break out, going well through a Fibonacci level. That's what I was thinking. Now, what happened instead was that it went to the upside without any support in here. It came back down towards here, and that's where we are right now. So therefore, if you're trying to say that people are hurt right now within this market, well, if they're hurt, then it's either bad luck that they're in big financial problems and they have no choice but to sell their physical silver, or it's just part of the natural market, because if you're playing the leverage game and margins and you got nailed on it, well, that happens. It happened to the Hunt brothers. It's part of the manipulated game, which I've already proven that the market is manipulated right now. And I think the important thing for people to realize is, why are you investing in silver? What's the big reason why you're doing it? Is it to protect yourself against a dollar collapse? Is it because you think the price is going to go higher, or you're swing trading? Because if you're a swing trader, then yes, there was an all right opportunity to go short here, which worked out pretty well, or at least an opportunity to sell and buy on the dips, which really this is what this is a dip. Every single time that the market has retraced, then the dip has been successful. Even if you buy on this dip in here when it was at 1447, yes, you may have experienced some losses, but if you bought silver at say $18 an ounce in here, physical, and you're sitting today, then you're in the positives right now. Okay, so thank you for watching. The next video will be about the 50-day moving average, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.